Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel, and answering a few questions that I've seen and some comments about the fact that we more and more see the light of Windows 12 coming ahead in the second half of 2024. One of the questions, and I've got a few questions that I've and comments that I've seen that I want to give my viewpoint on it. One of them is about the upgrade process. Some say, well, I guess only Windows 11 users will be able to go to Windows 12. You know what? 2024, it's a year before Windows 10 will have end of support, which is 2025. What it tells me personally is that Windows 10 also will be, you'll be able to move on probably from Windows 10 to Windows 12. One of the main reasons for that is Microsoft will want to have as many people going off Windows 10. Now, that said, I think the minimum requirements will be at least the same as Windows 11. And if that's the case, that means only Windows 10 users that have the minimum requirements for Windows 11 are going to be offered Windows 12. And I think that is going to be the case. One other thing about it also is the fact that in your hardware in Windows 12, there's talk about maybe having a neural processing unit in your PC that could add features for AI. So that would be some new feature that might actually work only with computers that have that. I don't think it's going to be mandatory. I don't think they're going to say, well, you have to have a computer with that. I think they're just going to say your experience is not going to be, 100% if you don't have it. And we're starting to see some very specific requirements. With Moment 2 in Windows 11, one of the features, which is the studio effects, requires you to have a separate processor. And that adds to this processing of the effects. Almost no computers have it. The Surface Pro, latest Surface Pro does, but there's a handful of computers that have that. So pretty much nobody can really test it because it's not available for most of us and for most people. Even if you buy a computer today at the at the store, a brand new computer, you probably will not have that separate chip, the NPU that is required for it. So, I think for Windows 12, minimum requirements will be the same, except that there could be some added features if you have a neural processing unit in the PC. The other thing about Windows 12 that a lot of people are talking about is, how the fact that first versions of Windows are sometimes buggy, and it depends on how much rewriting they will be doing. Windows 11 has a lot of Windows 10 code in it. Windows 12 will have for sure some code, but could it be more of a rewrite and a change of direction? It's going to be interesting to see what they want to do. And the new features. We've seen this floating taskbar and the search, and sometimes kind of Mac-like. It's we know that Panos Panay, that is at the Windows and devices, is of the old generation of Mac versus PC war, and so might be looking at a little bit of what Mac is doing in order to have some of the features. Which is, personally, I find it a little kind of dumb because I think that, Windows should have its own direction. And the Mac PC war is over. It's not a war. There's no war there. It's like, some people have Macs, some people have PCs, some have both. And, and the dominant operating system is obviously Windows. So I don't know why there's still this, kind of way of thinking for some people in Microsoft. Of course, for the upgrade, a lot of people are like, well, will it be a free upgrade? Microsoft has no choice but to offer it free upgrade again. It started that with Windows 10, and it's kind of stuck there, and they'll want to be there because, once again, they'll want to have Windows 10 users move on to Windows 12 if they haven't moved on to Windows 11. Somebody asked, will they require you to go to Windows 11 before Windows 12? I think it's going to be a jump. I think if you're on 10 and supported, you'll be able to move to 12 directly. I don't think you'll have to, go in between and get 11 before. Usually operating systems, you can jump over an operating system. It's always been the case. People moved on from XP to 7 without even seeing or using Vista, for example, things like that. Some people moved on from, Windows 98 to Windows XP without even using Windows Millennium. And some people moved on from Windows 7 to Windows 10 without ever using Windows 8. And I think that's going to be, again, the case. A lot of people have moved on to Windows 12 without ever using Windows 11. There's going to be that part of the users in there. So it's going to be interesting to see. And more, we now know that next year, second half, is going to be kind of exciting for Windows users, especially enthusiasts. I'm looking forward to Windows 12. I'm looking forward to what's going to be in there. And I'm looking forward to, by the end of the year this year, what are we going to get added to Windows 11. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.